hope you can't hear, but as soon as I hit record, the dog next door started barking and the air conditioning came on. So we're just gonna go with it. Hi friends, I'm Michelle. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I want to talk about a book haul. Yeah, it was a book haul. This is my birthday month. My birthday is actually in the beginning of the month, and I was gifted some fun bookish things, and then also some gift cards, some coffee gift certificates, which is always a good thing. Gotta have the coffee. And then I did buy a few books for myself for my birthday. So let's get into it. First off, my friend Maria sent me a Golden Girls puzzle, which I love me some Golden Girls, channeling my inner Sophia. If you know, you know, right? And Maria knows that I love the Golden Girls and love doing a puzzle with a good audiobook going, which I have several very long audiobooks that I need to catch up on. So this is very appreciated and very timely. Two Maria. And then I had a gift card to bookshop.org from a friend of mine, and I got two NetGalley books that I actually wanted to own. And then what's the other book I got? Oh yeah. In my striving for improving my reading, enjoying what I read, but I would like to hopefully get more 4- and 5-star books. I got two authors that I love, and then a book that I have a feeling I'm really gonna like because I follow the author on Instagram and we have a lot of the same ideas and beliefs about social justice and disability rights and things like that. So let's just start with that one. This is actually a NetGalley book for me that I've gotten out from the library several times, and I just decided to get a copy for myself. And that is The Ableist Manifesto, Smashing Stereotypes, Forging Change, and Building a Disability Inclusive World by Tiffany Yu. This is going to be helpful for work, but it's also just going to be a great resource. I'd like to read it, do my review on NetGalley, but also have something good to recommend to friends who want to know more about disability rights. And then I mentioned in a recent video that I'm one of my favorite middle grade authors is Jamie Sumner, and she actually came out with a new book this year, and I got it on NetGalley, and then I'm just bad at NetGalley, but I'm trying to improve, and this is Schooled. This is about a boy who ends up going to college. It's kind of an experiment, and starts 6th grade on a college campus with a group of people. His experience with that, and also that he has lost his mother, so there's going to be a grief element as well. So I'm really looking forward to getting to that one. And then, as I said, I am trying to improve my reading experience, just because I keep finding that I'm reading books that I'm just not enjoying or just kind of meh. I'll link below the video where I go into more of that. However, one author that I was introduced to through Krista at Books and Jams, her Patreon book club, a while back, we read a book that I'd never heard of, hadn't heard of the author, and I still think about that book. It was really impactful in that it was spooky and tense, and also had some heartwarming elements to it, some great character development, scene setting, all that kind of stuff. And so I decided to get the latest from Kimmy Cunningham Grant. This is The Nature of Disappearing. The previous book that I was talking about is called The Silent Woods, which was really, really good read. The Nature of Disappearing is about Emmeline and her best friend Janessa don't speak anymore, and how a boy might be involved, and she was left for dead on the side of the road 3 years ago. So that's kind of all I want to read. I'm like looking at it but not wanting to look at it, because sometimes the synopses will tell you too much. So I'm looking forward to that as well. I have talked a little bit about Claudia Pinheiro on my channel. I have read from her Elena Knows and A Little Luck. I think it's A Little Luck. And really enjoyed those. Enjoy is probably not the right word, but they were really impactful reads for me. Elena Knows is about a woman who is trying to figure out what happened to her daughter. Her daughter died in a church, and she's trying to figure out what actually happened. The narrator has Parkinson's, or the mother has Parkinson's, and we're following her on the timeline according to her medication schedule, and knowing when her symptoms will allow her to walk the furthest, just how the medicine impacts that functioning. And then A Little Luck is about a woman who experiences a trauma and leaves her country, and kind of about that trauma and how it comes full circle back into her life. Those are really just incredible reads. Highly recommend those. I went to look up other books by Claudia Pinheiro and came across All Yours. And I'm not really sure, I haven't heard too much about this one. And it's about a woman whose husband is having an affair. Something happens to the woman who he's having an affair with, and the wife kind of gets involved in cleaning all that up. So not really sure about this, but if I do like it, there is a second sort of companion novel to it. So we'll see about that one. I got a couple of books that I had been anticipating, if I can get them. And actually some that have been on my want to read list for a while. The first one is Small Rain by Garth Greenwell. This is about a poet who all of a sudden experiences wrenching pain, bedbound, just a mysterious illness, and kind of his experience with that. I don't know if they specifically say what the illness is or if he ever figures it out. We'll find out when we read it. But that's very similar to what happens with the condition that I have, myalgic encephalomyelitis. So I'm always curious how authors handle that illness in any kind of book. So very interested in that. Two books that I got that I did check out from the library, read a little bit of them, but knew that I wanted to own a copy so that I could mark it up like I like to. One is The Catastrophe Hour, Selected Essays by Megan Daum. This is basically about getting older. And I love a good essay collection. So I'm very interested in going further in this. I did read the first essay and found it very relatable, like the writing style. So I have high hopes for this one. So this is The Ex-Evangelicals, Loving, Living, and Leaving the White Evangelical Church by Sarah McCammon. I did read about this after finishing Jesus and John Wayne. So this sounds like it's going to go kind of in the same realm of Jesus and John Wayne. So I want to try that. So another book that I sounded really interesting to me personally, but also that I could use professionally, is called Are You Mad at Me by Meg Josephson. She is a licensed clinical social worker. And this is basically for people who suffer from people pleasing, which I do. So we'll see how good this is. And then I have a used bookstore. Several of the independent bookstores that I enjoy in my neighborhood have used sections as well. And this is a book that I've looked at for a while and found a good used copy. This is Good Enough by Kate Bowler and Jessica Ritchie, 40-ish devotionals for a life of imperfection. I'm kind of looking at trying to get back into my journaling habit. I haven't journaled in a long time, and I have found it was really helpful in the past, and I just fell out of it. So trying to look for something that will give me some inspiration for journaling. And Kate Bowler, I've read some of her other work and really enjoyed her writing. And then this, there's going to be a book festival in October in my town, and this is a book that's going to be featured there, so I wanted to go ahead and get it and read it beforehand. This is The People's Project, curated by Saeed Jones and Maggie Smith. This is Poems, Essays, and Art for Looking Forward. It's a real short book, nice hardcover, and I have liked Maggie Smith's poetry before. I haven't read any of her longer length works. And Saeed Jones I have on my TBR. But this has writings from just a variety of people, such as Alice Wong, Marlon James, Amani Perry, Ashley C. Ford. So there's going to be some great names in here. So I'm looking forward to doing that and going to the event in October, which I will bring you along. That was kind of what I got for my birthday from the bookish standpoint. It was a great day. I got to go see some friends that I haven't seen in a while. And yeah, it was great. It was a great day. And I look forward to a great year. I've added some books to my TBR, as you can see from this video. So I will be coming with another unhaul. I am currently in the process of organizing my shelves, organizing, alphabetizing, and unhauling books that I don't want. I thought I was done unhauling, but not everything is fitting on my shelves, and it has to fit on my shelves. I live in a much smaller place now, and so I can't have stacks of books everywhere. It's actually just cluttering my brain. So we're gonna keep going with the unhaul, and I will bring you updates on that soon. Thanks so much for being here. If you'd like to, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.